Matías, I have a receipt in my room from Cool Spot dated June 12th, 2021, 2:30 p.m. We had just finished playing basketball and spent the afternoon talking and eating ice cream. I wish I had paid more attention to what we talked about because it was the last time I ever saw you. Around that time, I'd begun taking videos when I went out with friends, so I would have memories to look back on. I was too shy and awkward at that time to point the camera anywhere except the ground, and as a result, I went home that day with no footage of you. 4 days later, you were dead, and I had no pictures with you or videos to remember you by. All I had was an ice cream receipt. It still pains me to say that I slept fine that night I got the news. I didn't even think about it. Why would I? You couldn't possibly be dead. That only happens to old people after 6 month stays in the hospital. That doesn't happen to the kid I saw a few days ago, the kid that had the God-given pleasure of telling only weeks prior that he had one of the brightest futures ahead of him. Yet, despite my futile insistence in the form of the only prayer I've ever made in my life, you were dead. And I had no videos of you from the last time I saw you. All I had was an ice cream receipt. I always imagined a response to death being similar to the movies in which people cry and mourn. I did that, of course, but not until August 23rd, when I went on one of the worst runs of my life to visit your cross. Before that, what I felt was shame, guilt, and overwhelming regret. I was ashamed for having no pictures with the two of us, for not wishing you a happy 16th birthday when you did the same for me, and for having nothing but that receipt. I felt regret for not making you a bigger part of my life than you should have been. We spent so little time together because of personal circumstances, yet we still considered ourselves brothers despite the lack of connection. At your vigil, I listened to some of our closest friends recite memories and experiences with you, and in that moment I felt a crushing anguish, like I was trying to hold the weight of the world on my shoulders, because I had so little of those memories of my own to share. You died at a point in my life where I was struggling to cope with the prospect of all my closest friends leaving for college and leaving me behind. But your death was indescribably worse than that. And yet, ironically, it was also the catalyst that changed my life. In the days following your death, I told a person I loved them for the first time in my life. I'm still awkward and insecure, but I do everything I can to ensure that it doesn't hold me back from the people I care about. It was because of you that I made so many new friends and grew so much closer to the ones I already have. Even the trip I took to Santa Barbara a couple weeks ago wouldn't have happened if not for your death for so many reasons that Max and I discussed together. To put it bluntly, my life has become better because you are dead. The guilt and shame I feel in saying such a thing can't be put into words. I want to say I'm sorry, but the words feel hollow. Every word I say feels hollow, like I have a bottled up storm of feelings and emotions I want to express, specifically to you, but I can't manage to unscrew the cap. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my happiness, for my lack of love, and my inability to interfere with the divine. I know you don't want to hear this. I know that you are so full of love and so good with people, and I want you to know that I've tried so hard to be better. I never comprehended death, I never have, but having you ripped away gave me something that I needed. In the year following your death, I've come to accept that as a gift from you rather than a benefit from your dying. I try so hard to be the best person I can because you taught me mortality. You taught me to appreciate everything in my life, including ice cream receipts. I've made myself better, and I made my life better, and it all happened because of your death. It was through your memory that I learned to appreciate that. I want you alive more than anything, and yet I'm so grateful for everything that has happened following your death. And at the same time, despite how dark my life may have been before, I'm equally grateful for everything that happened before your death. You gave me immortal memories in our brief time together. You posted my birthday on your Instagram story, something I wish I could tell you how meaningful it was to me. You brought me closer to the people I love like family. It took me nearly the entire year following your death, but I've come to an important understanding. My life isn't better because you died. My life is better because you lived. Thank you for everything, Matías. I love you.